So there's something I'm really struggling to try and understand and make sense of. And I'm wondering if there's anybody else that is having these same kind of struggles or can explain this. And that is in the spiritual community. There's a lot of words being thrown around right now, like the earth is splitting. We're on different timelines or whatever. Um, and I'm not saying humanity's not going through some kind of evolution. Of course we are. That's definitely happening. But what I'm picking up from this, the earth is splitting, it kind of reminds me of religion. Like the rapture, the good will be taken, the bad will stay. It kind of, a lot of things that are going around in spiritual circles right now kind of sound like religion wrapped in different clothes to me. And that's what I'm picking up from this new earth stuff. And the other thing that I'm really struggling with is the message that seems to be coming from the mostly white female spiritual community is basically if you're speaking out against what's happening, that you're somehow contributing to it, and that you should only be focusing on love and light. And if you're acknowledging what's happening or getting angry about it or railing against it, that you're in a lower vibration. And this falls into the same before the contest, how politics were low vibration. So people didn't really pay attention to it. I won't go off on that tangent, but here's my question about that. These people that are saying if you're actually acknowledging what's happening and railing against it, that you're somehow contributing to it, my question to you would be, does that mean that 200 years ago, if you were walking through a town and saw actual human beings for sale, that you would tell those human beings they're focusing on the wrong timeline and they're actually not being enslaved, they just need to focus on love and light? Or as the Jews were being marched into gas chambers, were they just not focusing on the right timeline, and if they just focused on love and light, that wouldn't have happened to them? My other thing is, I can't recall any time in history, if I'm wrong, please correct me, when cruel tyrants woke up one morning and just said, you know what, we're not really being fair. I think it's time that we actually gave equality to all human beings. The only time I've ever seen that kind of regime changed is from the people waking up, realizing their own worth and fighting back. This is my belief system, and this is the struggle I have. I was going to say I'm a deeply spiritual person, but that sounds really kind of vomitous. But spirituality is really important to me, and I have been on this journey for decades. First through very traditional religion, and then the last half of my life has just been kind of on my own spiritual journey, trying to find the way. And I'm trying to find a comfortable place to land with this, and I just can't. I can't find a spiritual community. There's a lot of women on here that I love that are spiritual, but also speaking truth to power. But the greater spiritual community, especially online, on YouTube and Facebook and all these other places, really seem to be honing in on this message that if you are railing against what's happening, if you're speaking out, if you're protesting, if you're getting angry, you're just focusing on the wrong timeline. And that feels like, I'm sorry, bullshit. It just feels like bullshit to me, and it feels like nice, airy-fairy words that white women say. I don't really hear black women or people of color saying this. And I'm really trying to find a comfortable place to land here, to understand, at least understand. That doesn't feel comfortable to me. This just focus on love and light. Though I do get it, of course, our thoughts are powerful, and we want to focus on the love and light we want to bring about. I do believe love is the most powerful force on earth, but it feels very privileged to me to just say, just focus on love and light. And I think women need to get angry. I think we need to get really fucking angry. And if the fact that I just said fuck bothers you, congratulations, the programming's working. That told you what words women can and can't say. But I think that's our problem, is we're all still behaving as we've been programmed to behave, which is nice and compliant so we can get approval. I'm not interested in approval anymore. I'm interested in truth. I'm interested in fighting for the kind of world I want to live in. And I don't see that happening by just saying focus on love and light and the earth is splitting and all these words that sound good, but what do they mean? How do we put them into practical practice? So that's my rant. Those are my questions. I am serious. And I know sometimes I get so pissed. And I can be judgmental because it doesn't make sense to me to watch what's happening and say that our job is to just focus on love and light and pretend what's happening isn't happening. I know there's validity in focusing on love and light and envisioning what you want to see, but ignoring what's actually happening to other people feels heartless and cruel and wrong-headed. So that's kind of how I'm feeling. I would love to hear how you're feeling. If anyone else is having these same kind of struggles to try and find a landing place that feels comfortable to you. Once again, I encourage you, be kind to yourself today. It all starts with love of self. We can't love ourselves if we're being cruel to ourselves every day. So give yourself a little bit of kindness today. This is really hard, what we're doing. We could use some kindness. We all could use some kindness. Give it to yourself.